And now, Introduce Everything proudly presents for the 3100 and episode special Thirtionerella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we, Andrews Doers? Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Thirtionerella. Thirtionerella had 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Tasha, Hilda, Isabella, Ramona, Tanya, Irina, Olivia, Nina, and Ella. All 9 of them made Thirtionerella do all the chores and watch her work by saying, "30 water, wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all!" One day, the king of Threehundredfourteennerell's messenger arrives and says, hear ye, the king of Threehundredfourteennerella, his royal majesty, is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Threehundredfourteennerella. Can I come? Asks Thirtionerella, but she's denied. So her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are invited. He's going to marry me, said Tasha, the oldest stepsister, but her younger sisters disagree. They even test her Thirtionerella's dress. Later, Thirtionerella is so sad, distraught and upset about not going to the ball and marry Prince Threehundredfourteennerella. Suddenly, she was crying so hard that she didn't know. Her fairy godmother arrives and comforts her. There now, my dear Thirtionerella. I'll fix everything for you, she said. She then waves her magic wand. And because of that, Thirtionerella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet, she said. Thirtionerella, go fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, Thirtionerella has 31 pumpkins and 62 mice. Thirtionerella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 31 pumpkins into a handsome coach and 62 mice and horses and fixes Thirtionerella's torn dress and makes it bigger and better. Thirtionerella said, I've never seen such a wonderful gown. Get out of my glass slippers, fairy godmother. How can I ever thank you enough? And climbed into the coach. Thirtionerella, as fairy godmother said, well, you can't. But have fun, Thirtionerella, my dear. But I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before. And gave her a clock to tell her what time it is. Thirtionerella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, the king of Threehundredfourteennerella says, good evening, everyone. Prince Threehundredfourteennerella was wondering who he should marry. Isn't that right, son? In which the Prince Threehundredfourteennerella responds, yes, father. Suddenly, Thirtionerella arrived at the ball just in time. He's walking towards me, say Tasha, Hilda, Isabella, Ramona, Tanya, Irina, Olivia, Nina, and Ella all together. But Prince Threehundredfourteennerella is not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Thirtionerella. Prince Threehundredfourteennerella then says, may I have this dance? In which Thirtionerella responds, I would be delighted. And so, Thirtionerella and Prince Threehundredfourteennerella dance happily together, but later. Thirtionerella checks her clock and it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Threehundredfourteennerella was really worried that he might never see Thirtionerella again. The king of Threehundredfourteennerella comforts him by saying, there now, son. I think we'll be able to find Thirtionerella, my dear daughter-in-law. And so, the king of Threehundredfourteennerella and Prince Threehundredfourteennerella began their journey. all around Uhtred, telling him to find her 31erella, and brought the glass slipper she lost with them. By the time they arrived, Prince Uhtred knocked on the door of the home where 31erella and her 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 31erella, they find Tasha to Ella. Prince Uhtred then said, "Ladies, my father, the king of Uhtred, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Tasha is first, but her foot is too big. Hilda is next, but her foot is too small." "Nonsense! It fits!" she said. "The rest are the same, but none of their feet are the right size." Suddenly, the king of Uhtred and Prince Uhtred notice saying, "Your Majesty and Prince Uhtred, is that you guys?" she hollered excitedly. "The glass slipper fits!" And 31erella, the king of Uhtred and the Prince Uhtred lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. Sorry it's been a few side effects, but don't worry. And by the way, I've been debating on making some sequels. So if you want to see maybe someday 31erella 2, 31 Wishes Come True, or something like that. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything. And buy our merchandise at andrewdoeseverything.com. Take care. Bye.